This is the X2 Gel Blaster. Let's check out what's in the box! This is an extremely popular blaster, and I'm not a big fan of realistic looking blasters. And this is a replica of a Glock, to the point of even putting the logo on here, which is kind of ridiculous. So they replicated the Glock logo to perfection, but they were so worried about being sued by Austria that they totally screwed up the spelling of that word. Instead of Austria, it says Auftrula. So it's kind of a mixture between Australia and Austria and who knows what. So the only reason I'm reviewing this gel blaster is because it's so popular. I've gotten so many requests to do it, and especially requests on how to mod it or fix the gears, because this is a extremely cheap blaster. It's not going to last a long time. It's going to strip the gears. And there is a metal gear kit that allows you to replace the gears inside with metal gears. So I'm going to be showing in another video how to tear down this blaster and replace your gears with metal gears in there so that the gears last longer inside the blaster. So the blaster body itself, it's got this slide-off battery compartment that doubles as a integrated flashlight. So without that battery compartment attached, this is a pretty realistic looking Glock, although the slide is partially slid back right now. So not something you want to be confusing people with, although it is red on top. You know, don't go out and try to scare anyone with this one or put yourself in a situation where someone might think that this is a real gun. That person might shoot back before they ask questions about whether this is a real gun or not. So that's why I don't like these real blasters, especially with young adults, teens and stuff using them. It's really not a good idea to be using realistic weapons in places where people might get confused if it's a realistic weapon or not. If you're at an airsoft field or a closed private area where everyone knows that you're playing a game, then it's a little bit better. But I like the fake futuristic blasters that can't easily be confused with a real gun. I'm going to spread out all the parts on the table and see what we have that comes in this box. This blaster comes with a whole lot of stuff. Surprisingly, it comes with 3 magazines. It comes with this drum mag, a small mag, and an extended mag. It also comes with this battery compartment that doubles as a flashlight. So let's go ahead and put our battery in here. This battery only has the 3-pin connector, but if you see when it goes in, it just converts into 2 wires. So it's not using the 3rd pin that's used for charging. So the question is how to get this in here, because it looks like a snug fit. I don't know if that's going to work with the battery cover. Yeah, that's a tight fit. Looks like we need to put this connector on the underside, fit this connector in here. Seems like an annoying thing to have to charge, like taking that apart every time. Yeah, to put the connector under there and close this battery compartment here, just barely. And then there's some little tiny screws that fit in here with a little tiny screwdriver. And so you have to tighten that. And that's your battery holder. But so that means that every time you need to charge the battery, you're going to have to remove the screw, take that battery out, disconnect it, use your USB charger with your standard gel blaster USB charger, DC 5 volts input, output 7.4 volts, 500 milliamps, and this is a specific for charging the 2S lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries. So you're going to have to take that battery out, connect it into this, and then when you're done, you're going to put it back in here, screw it back in. You saw how difficult it was to put in. It's kind of annoying. They should definitely come with a better design than that. Or there should be a plug on here where you can just connect into it with the charger. You don't have to remove your battery. That would be ideal. Actually, that would be a mod I would do to this, is maybe just have a pigtail coming out that I can just jack into, and I don't have to remove the battery from here. The switch is kind of bad quality, but it turns the light on and off. The blaster doesn't have any power until we slide this on here. This switch sticks out. So far, they could very easily turn the flashlight on and off in your bag or something without you intending to and run down the batteries. It has a safety on this side. Put the safety down. That's really loud. What a racket. So it actually pulls the slide back every time you shoot. The slide's back, doesn't do it. So it pulls the slide back. That's extra effort for the gearbox. That means that the gearbox and the motor are going to wear out faster. So you're probably better actually shooting it like this with the slide back. where it doesn't have to push that slide back every time. And you can see that the plunger doesn't always go back to the front every time. Sometimes it stays back partially. And that can allow gel balls to flow out the barrel sometimes if the plunger doesn't go all the way back to the front. So if we attach our drum mag in here, and the drum mag's cool for a pistol-sized blaster because you have a lot of capacity and you have a compact blaster. So one of the first things I'll do in another video is probably deactivate the slide so the slide's not sliding back every single time. Because I'm sure that's going to wear out the gearbox pretty fast. There is like a reflex-style sight that can go on top, but I mean it's just trash because there's nothing in there. It's empty. It's just a through hole like that. So I won't even put that on there. It's just for cosmetics, just for appearance, and really just some trash. I was trying to figure out what these pins are for, but these pins are for once you put the sight in, then you can shove a pin inside there. And that pin, once you push it all the way through, will keep the sight on and keep it from sliding off. If you want to get the pin out, you can push the pin back out. Oops, there goes the pin. For such a large drum mag, they made such a tiny magazine. I mean, look at this little teeny magazine. Like, there's barely enough width in there for gel balls, and I can't even use my funnel on there because when I put the funnel in there, that might work, but it does like narrow it. And I have to leave the funnel right at the top, right at the entrance to allow the gel balls to go down in there. But that looks like a real hassle to fill. They should have made a nice big port there. The other magazines are a little bit better. They have a little bit larger ports for filling, so a little bit more space there. This one you can easily use a funnel to help you fill up the gel balls. I'm going to grow some of these gel balls that came with it and use those to test the FPS and the rate of fire on this and the accuracy. And I'm going to test each one of these different magazines, see how they work. And in some other videos, I'm going to be tearing down this blaster, showing off what's inside, how to take it apart, how to rebuild it, and I'm also going to show how to use these metal gears to replace or fix the plastic gears that are in this blaster. So subscribe and stay tuned if you want to watch any of those videos in the future. One thing that's strange is they included these laser warning stickers on here, and I did not see a laser. There's a really pretty bright light, but there's no laser in this, so I don't know whether the stickers are included. It is not a good idea to leave this battery connected when you put this away and you're not using it, because if this switch gets hit here, then it could turn on that flashlight, and then that light's going to run down the battery and it's going to damage the battery, because I don't think there's any circuitry in there to prevent the battery from being depleted further than it can handle.